Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it's another propagating video, but it's one that has been highly requested on my Instagram account, and it is a wet stick prop box. How you set it up, what one looks like, what is a wet stick, all that good stuff. Sorry, I have food all over my shirt, my hair's a mess. I've just put my toddler down to sleep half an hour early, so I'm not sure how long I have got to film this, so I couldn't be bothered getting presentable, so this is what you're dealing with. Okay, let's just jump straight in. So what you'll need is you'll need a clear container. I have this large container down here, and it has a sealing lid. I currently have water in it, so it's just sitting there. You will need a propagation medium. I'm using sphagnum moss. This is dehydrated sphagnum moss, hence why I've got water in the container. I'll put this in and it'll soak up the water. I have also added to the water some Grococonut, which is an organic horticultural coconut water. And this really helps stimulate root growth. I found not a necessity to add, but I just add a little bit in the water, so when the moss soaks it up, it also soaks up this little extra boost. If you don't know, I sell this on my website. I'll pop the link down below. Really good stuff. You can also use it as like a fertilizer. You will also need some wet sticks. So I took these probably like 4 or 5 days ago, and they've just been sitting in here. What is a wet stick? A wet stick is a node off a plant. So a node is where the roots, the aerial roots come out, and where an auxiliary bud will grow. So wet stick means it's alive, and it's a stick. Obviously you take the leaves off, and I will show you this prop box here is a wet stick prop box. It is growing really well. So I currently, wow, look at that. I currently have a lot of Marble Queen wet sticks in here, and if I can gently pull one out for you, so you can see that is the node, that is where the little plant grows from. It has rooted into the sphagnum moss, and basically you can grow a little plant out of a wet stick. I find wet sticks really good because they take up, like, you can get so many, obviously you can get so many into one prop box. They take up minimal space, and yeah, like I've got must be close, wow, must be 50 or 60 wet sticks here ready to go. So yeah, this is a prop box that I did a couple of months ago. I had a Marble Queen pothos that just was not doing good inside. It actually got root rot after I transplanted it, so I basically just cut the whole plant up into these wet sticks, and I now have all these beautiful baby Marble Queen babies. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but can you see all those roots? So yeah, these are pretty well rooted. I actually should probably get around to potting them up at some stage really soon, otherwise I'm gonna have a hard time untangling all the roots. But anyway, that is what a healthy wet stick prop box looks like, and basically I just leave it, put the lid on, put it in my greenhouse or inside, and I leave it. So let's get to setting up this prop box. So as you can see, I have the water in here and the Grococonut in there as well, and I'm just going to put my sphagnum moss in. I'm going to use the whole lot because this is quite a big container, and this will take a little while to soak up all the moisture. I like to always put less water than what you think, because you don't want the sphagnum moss like soaking wet. You just want it moist basically, but not sopping wet. Nothing worse than having a sopping wet moss can lead to root rot. Break that all up. Squish it down, let it soak up all that water. Take some water over to this side. Give it a good mix around. You also don't want any dry spots of moss either, so give it a good mix. See, it's soaked up all that water. There's like no water left in the container, and all the moss is pretty much all wet, but not sort of super soaking wet. I'll just let it chill out. Spread a nice even layer across the bottom of your prop box. Loosen it all off, spread it all out. You don't want to compact it down too much, you sort of want to leave it nice and fluffy, but I want a nice even layer. Like so. It really is that simple. So then you want to get together your wet sticks, and basically, I don't know how well you can see that. The sun is shining right in my eyes. But basically you want the aerial roots to face downwards and just sit them on top of the moss like so. There is no real like specific way you have to do it, as long as the aerial roots are facing down and the auxiliary bud has enough room to sort of sprout up. What I have done in the past as well is what I pretty much did with those marble queens, is I just chucked the whole handful in the container and then really loosely sorted them out. So yeah, you don't have to be too particular and too neat and tidy with this. You can sort of just chuck them in, but for the sakes of this video I will put them in nicely. And I have quite a mix of different cuttings in here too. So I've got some Syngonium, I've got some Pothos, I've got some Scindapsus, I think I've got, yeah, Jade Pothos, Neon Pothos, Scindapsus Pictus and Scindapsus Exotica. I have some Heartleaf Philodendron, yeah, Syngonium like I said. I have a good mixture in here, so it'll be a nice surprise to see what sort of goes the quickest. I already have a feeling that the Pothos will be the quickest because they usually always are. Oh, and I think I have some lemon lime philodendron as well in here. So yeah, really nice mix of plants. Okay, so there you can see I have all my wet sticks laying on the moss nicely. I had so many of these that I've kind of just sprinkled them on and just gently pressed them down onto the moss. Scindapsus definitely take the longest to root, so this side will probably take a good couple of months, whereas these ones may only take a month or a couple of weeks to show growth and root growth. So yeah, don't be disheartened if you do propagate some plants, because some definitely do take a lot longer than others. But that is basically the setup. Now all you need to do is just pop your lid on, clip it up, and then pretty much just let it do its thing. Put it in a bright spot but not direct sunlight. I'm just going to pop this one on one of my greenhouse shelves here. So honestly guys, it really is that easy. There's a wet stick prop box. It's super easy to do. You basically need a substrate. Moss works really well. I know overseas some people use perlite. I've never personally used that. You can also use fern fibre. Again, I haven't really used that in a prop box situation because it is quite an expensive product, and you'd need quite a bit to fill a prop box. So I haven't tried that. You can also use cocoa peat with a bit of perlite as well. I have tried that. That works really well. So you want to keep the lid on to keep the humidity up. You want it somewhere warm but not too hot. So again, like I said, not direct sun, just a nice warm bright spot. And yeah, basically all I do is I check on them probably once or twice a week, just because I like doing that. You don't necessarily have to do that. You don't need to, well, in my personal experience, you don't need to open the lid every day and air out. You can just check on them once a week, see how they're doing. I think that might be it. If you guys have any further questions that I didn't cover in this video, please leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. I hope you guys found this video useful. Let me know if you've tried a wet prop box stick. Let me know if you've tried a wet stick prop box before. What medium do you use and was it successful? I'd love to know. Propagating plants is just so exciting. Like, you can grow a plant from a little wet stick. It still blows my mind. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel because it really supports me and it helps me keep creating these videos for you guys. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!